4.2 Lesson Objectives. Outline the stages of photosynthesis. Describe the chloroplast and its role in photosynthesis. List the steps of the light reactions. Describe the Calvin cycle. Define chemosynthesis. Vocabulary. Calvin cycle. Chemosynthesis. Chlorophyll. Electron transport chain. Grana. Light reactions. Photosystem. Stroma. Thylakoid membrane. Introduction. Plants and other autotrophs make food out of thin air. At least, they use carbon dioxide from the air to make food. Most food is made in the process of photosynthesis. This process provides more than 99% of the energy used by living things on Earth. Photosynthesis also supplies Earth's atmosphere with oxygen. Stages of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis occurs in two stages. Stage 1 is called the light reactions. This stage uses water and changes light energy from the sun into chemical energy stored in ATP and NADPH, another energy-carrying molecule. This stage also releases oxygen as a waste product. Stage 2 is called the Calvin cycle. This stage combines carbon from carbon dioxide in the air and uses the chemical energy in ATP and NADPH to make glucose. The chloroplast, theater for photosynthesis. The theater where both stages of photosynthesis take place is the chloroplast. Chloroplasts are organelles found in the cells of plants and algae. Photosynthetic bacteria do not have chloroplasts, but they contain structures similar to chloroplasts and produce food in the same way. Photosynthesis Stage 1, the light reactions. The first stage of photosynthesis is called the light reactions. During this stage, light is absorbed and transformed to chemical energy in the bonds of NADPH and ATP. Steps of the light reactions. The light reactions occur in several steps, all of which take place in the thylakoid membrane. Units of sunlight, called photons, strike a molecule of chlorophyll in photosystem 2 of the thylakoid membrane. Enzymes in the thylakoid membrane use light energy to split apart a water molecule. The two excited electrons are carried by a series of electron transport molecules, which make up an electron transport chain. When the two electrons reach photosystem I, they gain energy from light absorbed by chlorophyll. Enzymes in the thylakoid membrane transfer the newly re-energized electrons to a compound called NADP+ to produce the energy-carrying molecule NADPH. The difference in concentration and charge creates a chemiosmotic gradient, causing hydrogen ions to flow back across the thylakoid membrane to the stroma, producing ATP. Summary of Stage 1. By the time Step 6 is finished, energy from sunlight has been stored in chemical bonds of NADPH and ATP. Thus, light energy has been changed to chemical energy, and the first stage of photosynthesis is now complete. Photosynthesis Stage 2, the Calvin cycle. The second stage of photosynthesis takes place in the stroma surrounding the thylakoid membranes of the chloroplast. The reactions of this stage can occur without light, so they are sometimes called light-independent or dark reactions. Steps of the Calvin cycle. The Calvin cycle has three major steps. Carbon fixation, where carbon dioxide combines with RUBP. Reduction, where 3PG gains energy from ATP and NADPH to form G3P. Regeneration, where G3P molecules use energy from ATP to form RUBP, allowing the cycle to repeat. Summary of Stage 2. The Calvin cycle produces glucose using chemical energy stored in ATP and NADPH and carbon dioxide from the air. Chemosynthesis. Some bacteria make food by a process called chemosynthesis, using chemical energy instead of light energy. Lesson summary. Most autotrophs make food using photosynthesis, which occurs in two stages, light reactions and the Calvin cycle. The light reactions capture energy from sunlight and release oxygen gas as a waste product. The Calvin cycle uses chemical energy to produce glucose. Some bacterial autotrophs make food using chemosynthesis.